going on, everybody? It's Felipe Parada alongside Oscar Portilla, and we wanted to thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Advanced Level, a video game podcast. This week, we're talking about chasing trends for cash. But before I start with the topic, or before we start with the podcast, I want to throw it over to Oscar. What's going on, Oscar?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Now,
how's your weekend?
It was good. It was very eventful. I got a lot of stuff done. Granted, it has been very wet and rainy these past couple of days. That doesn't stop me from getting things done. What about you? What's going on with you?
I'm good. I watched a lot of TV, but yeah, I got some stuff done.
Now, over the weekend, I got a chance to look at our resident one-man rant man video on game progressions. We wanted to give a special shout out to Mario for doing a fantastic job. And it actually got me thinking about the actual game progression systems that we have recently. And I noticed this because over the weekend, I've been following Red Dead Redemption, which is due upon us within the next 2 weeks.
It's really close.
It's really close. And I've been watching the early footage of Fallout 76, which is another game that has got me kind of excited. You know, I saw various videos on various websites, and you know, for it being a game similar to, as far as the setup, similar to The Division and Destiny, it still feels like a very lonely experience, which is good because a lot of the player interaction, it has more impact. But what really got my attention was the progression system. And for some strange reason, I don't know if it's just me or if this is a trend that's going on as of late, for some strange reason, a lot of progression systems are card collecting based or card based. I don't understand why, but I noticed it's been a big trend, and I'm not sure if you've noticed that or.
I've seen that a lot in like Madden, NHL, EA, of course. I mean, I've noticed they use the card system a lot in the sports games. I haven't noticed quite until recently that stuff going into the mainstream games, like Call of Duty.
And during Mario's 1 minute rant, he did go on and say, you know, he's been playing some Black Ops 4 and some Battlefield 5, but the beta.
Yeah.
And apparently they've switched over to this whole card-based, card-collecting progression system. And it's very interesting that I saw this sort of similar layout for some reason.
Yeah, that's a quick way to progress, but then not really, and then they have you on the hook for a little bit of money if you want.
I know you're probably gonna judge me for this from what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
You know, I do play mobile games. I'm pretty sure you do too.
Yeah, I have a few on my phone.
But
I think everybody has one or two on their phone.
But I make it apparent only to play mobile games when I'm waiting for somebody or I'm waiting. Like over the weekend, I had my oil changed.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So you know, I'll bust out a mobile game only when I'm waiting. It's not a substitute for like full on console gaming.
No, I think you're right on. You have a quick. It depends what you're playing. So go ahead. What are you playing?
I find myself going on Google Play a lot.
Okay.
And downloading random mobile games only because I feel like there's a diamond somewhere in the pile. Like I'm convinced that I'm gonna find like the next Flappy Bird somewhere, but it's not gonna be announced. It's just gonna be like deep within Google Play if you search long enough, right? But as of right now, the game that I'm playing a lot is Roller Coaster Tycoon Touch.
Okay.
Which I'm a huge fan of the Roller Coaster Tycoon series.
Yeah.
But with what Atari has kind of done to it, it's the whole game is pretty much card based. If you want to upgrade your rides, if you want to upgrade your stands, you need to collect a ton of cards, and if you have enough of the same type, then you could go ahead and upgrade and do all this and that. And you're right, it is set up in a way to kind of slow down your progress a little bit.
And I'm sure, is there a way to put money in?
Oh, of course. There's always these ads telling, you know, you don't want to wait, just drop whatever $5.99 on a card pack and you'll get the card that you want. I remember a while back in one of our podcasts, you did mentioned about that we're past the phase or the trend of loot boxes.
Yeah.
But now I feel like we're going into another version of it. It's just now it's card-based. Because the first time, I guess, I saw this whole card-based system at play was with Battlefront 2, which was part of the whole loot box scandal. Everything was cards. And I just didn't understand why. And watching Fallout 76, it was the same thing. It's all these card-based. And I'm thinking, wow, they must be playing a lot of mobile games because this is the exact formula that is used in mobile games.
Well, if they see in mobile something makes money, that starts making their way into the console. That's what I've noticed.
And don't get me wrong, I get what they're trying to do. And a lot of games now, and you know what? I'm almost kind of embarrassed to say, I have played Toon Blast.
I don't even know what that is.
Have you seen the commercials of that one puzzle game that Ryan Reynolds plays?
I want to say yes, but nothing sticks in my mind. So I'm gonna say yes. I'm sure I have,
just
but
to
I
humor
don't
me.
remember it.
What I've noticed, especially, it's going a step further too. Not only are they doing like the whole card-based thing, but in order for you to get a free pack, you have to sit through 15-second advert.
Right.
And these things are littered throughout the entire game. Like, you want a free pack? Watch this commercial. You want a free pack? Watch this commercial. And that's not what I remember mobile games now is just about advertisements. That's just the way I see it.
I mean, that's another way to monetize it, just to get money. I mean, there are games that you can just outright buy.
Yeah,
and
they always give you the option to buy. I have no problem with that. But they're constantly rubbing it in my face. Like, just let me play the game, and if I want to buy, I'll buy. The shop is there. I see the icon. But there's no need for you to constantly keep throwing all these ads at me to try to get me to buy.
I mean, that is the price you pay.
For free?
For free. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just, yeah.
And I'm a little concerned that this is slowly gonna be the new loot box. Well, it actually is becoming the new loot box because now all these games have this card-based progression. Collect as many cards, and then you're able to upgrade, or then you're able to progress forward. And it's like, oh Jesus, again, like
it can, but if done right, it doesn't have to be. If done right.
Now, how can they do it right though? That's the thing.
It's just simple, just cosmetics.
Kind of like what Overwatch does. Well, they're not really cards; they're like tokens. And I noticed, and even Battlefield 1 did it too, where a lot of the cards that you did get were just cosmetic. That's pretty much it. It's not
just cosmetics, skins or whatever. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, but once it starts leaking its way into the actual game progression, I think that's what it is a little bit concerning. All right, because don't get me wrong, when I was watching Fallout 76, it looks like an amazing game. I like the fact that they decided to pull it back and make it somewhat MMO, because they're
right.
It's not a fully fledged MMO. That's not how it works. But once they started getting into the progression system and you can load out your player how you want, you can combine multiple cards of the same type, and where you increase its efficiency, but only if you have multiples of that same card. Which, okay, all right, there's a defense for that. It's cool. You're constantly working towards something, but when it actually prevents you from progressing forward in the game, that's where I have the issue. Because I notice a lot of mobile games are set up that way, where you can't get a card, or you have to wait for a new card or a new card pack, and you gotta wait like 3. Because I know in Roller Coaster Tycoon, they give you free card packs every 3 hours.
Right,
and it's always the same cards. Like I barely get any new cards, of course, because they want you to buy and they want you, to spend that money to get the cards that you want.
It sounds like Black Ops has a similar system to Fortnite, from what I'm reading, anyway.
Okay, well then again, Black Ops is supposed to be the Fortnite killer, whatever the hell that means. But I believe it. I believe it.
About it. So that's the early word. The game's out now, and I've been really.
What I did read it is completely different from the beta, which I guess is a good thing, because a lot of people weren't happy with the beta.
I mean, I've been hearing nothing but positive.
So, to my understanding, it's completely multiplayer. There's no single player story to it.
There's no campaign.
Okay, just so that we get that out of the way. But now, it just seems like they're always going to be chasing the trends to try to make as much money as possible. Now it's cards. Who knows what else they're going to start putting in our games? When did regular progression? When did that not become okay? That's not good enough.
And I don't make more money.
I don't mean to go on a rant.
I mean, it's based on money. It's just based on money. And I mean, again, as long as it's skins, I don't care. If it starts going into progression, you're right. There's a problem, but I don't think at least in Call of Duty, I don't think that's the issue.
So what do you think the issue is?
I don't think there is an issue. I don't see an issue with as far as Call of Duty.
So it's me.
No, I'm not saying it's just you. I do believe there might be if we're not careful, it can turn into something big.
That's a good way to put it. If we're not careful, I can see another loot box controversy happening.
Exactly, because they did say there's like a regular progression, like prestiging and all that.
No, you're talking about Call of Duty.
And then another one as far as like Call of Duty.
Okay.
Like there's an actual cap and stuff.
Wait, so they're not doing the prestige? They're actually capping it off?
No, they are doing prestige. No, they are doing a prestige, but there's a limit. I mean, again, they're doing a similar thing to Fortnite as far as you can buy like a season pass. I believe every season you buy, and that's how Fortnite makes their money.
I'm really interested to
find. No, that's the rumored thing as far as.
Right now, I'm really interested to know how much they're actually making off of this system, because it seems like I guess people are okay with this type of system if people are just spending the money.
I don't know how much it is, so I can't tell you. But I mean, if people are, again, it's always up to us. If you're willing to spend the money, they're going to charge you.
That's
how Fortnite makes them.
I feel like somehow we're to blame for this. I feel.
No, not somehow. We are.
No, yeah. We are to blame for this because we're pretty much just enabling them to keep coming up with a new way to charge us for content. You know.
And again, if it works on mobile, it's going to always go. Not always, but most of the time it'll go into console.
I love Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it's just the progression and the monetization and the ads. It completely ruined the game. For me, at least, it just completely ruins the experience. And I don't know.
Is there a way? Do you know what to buy? Like, can you explain the purchases a little bit, or do you have any?
Let's say, for example,
do you have the game on your phone now?
Yes, I do have the game on my phone now.
Pull it up and see what you can buy.
Okay, right now, let's see. I'm scrolling. I can buy parts, and they sell individual parts, right?
For what, like
for your roller coaster?
Okay.
Right, you could actually buy the entire blueprint or buy the parts that you need, and they sell the actual card packs for $5.99, $9.99, $14.99, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you buy these packs, right, from what I'm seeing, it's still not guaranteed that you're going to get the part that you need.
Oh, of course. It's cards, so you're not sure.
And the cards, the free cards that they give you, like I said, they give it to you every 4 hours. It's not 3. It's actually every 4 hours. It's still like a shot in the dark. And plus...
have you gotten anything good?
Once I got it's called the Food God. It's like a food franchise. It's like a burger place that you place inside your amusement park. That's the only, it's purple, so it's epic. Yeah, it's an epic card. So you have the epic, the rare, epic, and legendary cards. Forget it. If you're not spending money, then you will never see these cards. And they are the cards that produce the most revenue.
Now, is there anything is there any way to outright buy the game, or no? You just always locked down to this system?
No, you're pretty much locked down to this specific system. I mean, they do like the most expensive card packs, which I don't even, it doesn't say, but they give you not only do they give you the cards, but they give you their currency and a couple of other things. So it's
like a bundle.
Yeah, it's like a bundle, which gives it the illusion that you're kind of buying the game outright.
No. I mean, they're not saying that.
No, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. They give you the illusion because they figure, okay, if you pay this amount, we're gonna give you this amount of cards, this amount of currency. Kind of like what a free-to-play game does.
Well, the same way I play a lot of Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Okay.
And Bejeweled, pretty much. And they use the coins. And the same thing. You can spend $30, I think it's $20, and you get a bundle of coins and some other currency. And they have cards as well. Not cards, I'm sorry. The coins and its own currency. They have two currencies, actually. Coins.
Well, of course, that makes perfect sense, though.
And crystals.
And a lot of the really good stuff is obviously locked behind a paywall.
Yeah, I mean, I've played the hell out of it. But you're right. It's some of the good stuff is behind money.
And I also found, right? And I didn't mean to cut you off. I also found this is one of those games that are like the diamond in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Operation Now.
Okay.
Now speaking of Fallout, picture Fallout Shelter meets Surgeon Simulator.
Okay.
where you actually have to perform the surgeries, but you have to run the hospital like Fallout Shelter.
Okay.
And it's one of
interesting.
It's a really good. Like, I was surprised how good this game was, but then again, they're not cards, but they're like kind of like dossier folders that you need to collect.
The same concept.
It's the same concept, but just beneath a different skin. And oh my god, the ads! You want a free dossier? You have to look at these godforsaken ads, and the ads are like they keep getting longer and longer.
So you're not that guy that you would actually buy a game?
I have spent money on free-to-play games in the past.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like
on a mobile game.
Yeah.
Nope. I am not. I refuse to spend that. Only because, like I said before, I'm not fully invested into these games like that. I'm only playing them when I'm waiting for my son at the doctor, when I'm waiting for an oil change, if I'm waiting for the bus, if I go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Which is I know it's way too much information, but
I know. But I Mario Run was on sale. I bought it for like $5.
Oh, so you did, and was that the full game or was it only like a map?
No, the full game.
Okay, so how many stages come in that? Whatever, $5.99.
I don't remember, but it was the full game.
Now, in your opinion, was it worth the $5?
Yeah.
Do you see yourself playing this game like how you asked me about Jason in the last podcast? Do you see this game having legs?
I mean, it does run.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I walked right into that one.
Yeah.
I walked right off. See, there you go again. I literally walked right into that one. Dude, believe me, I was not expecting that.
Oh, there you go. See, stay on your toes.
See, those are the but those are the best ones, though.
Well, I bought it a while ago. I did play most of. I went all the way. I mean, how can I did all the levels, but I didn't get all the starts.
Oh, okay, so they still do that whole star system. Okay,
right.
Which is kind of, it makes sense in a Mario game.
Yeah.
Now this game doesn't have like any type of card-based progression, does it?
No. It's run. I mean, the free version you only get a certain amount of levels, I think.
Okay.
And then you just pay to unlock the entire game. That's all.
Now,
I have no problem paying one time and you give me everything.
Yeah, but that has to be like a game that would really, really interest me to, I guess, buy outright. Like for me.
I mean, there was those Hitman games.
What was the name of that? Hitman. It was a Hitman Go.
Hitman, yeah. Or there was another Hitman. Like it was kind of weird, but there was Hitman Go. Those are kind of cool. I mean, I have them for console.
Didn't they have a Tomb Raider version of it as well?
I have Hitman Go and Deus Ex Go on console.
Deus Ex, that was the one. Deus Ex console. I mean, Deus Ex Go.
I think I have both of them, and those are cool. I can see those being cool on mobile, even though I paid for them to be on console.
What I don't understand is how they figured, like, if I want to play a card-based collector, I would go play like Dungeons and Dragons or Pokemon Go, which sadly enough, not sadly enough, like I do play it every now and then, and you're collecting, like I get it. Those type of games, it kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But to make it as part of an actual progression system, to me, it just doesn't make sense, and I don't feel it works. The money will tell you otherwise, so it really doesn't really matter what I think.
I mean, somebody's buying it, and again, mobile games, that doesn't even. We could take the gamers out of it. The regular person that's not a gamer, they're playing those games too. You gotta think about that. As far as mobile, obviously console is a different situation. I think they see that money that's being made on mobile, and that now is going into console.
Do you think there's more people playing on mobile or on actual consoles?
I want to say mobile. Who doesn't have a cell phone at this point?
Yeah, there are more cell phones than consoles.
Everybody's got a cell phone.
Yeah, and it seems like the graphical power now on the cell phone. There was an article that I read that the graphical power now on a cell phone, you could run like Super Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda, and there was one more game.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
On a cell phone. That's how powerful the cell phones are now.
Dude, you've seen some these games coming out now. It's on par with PS1.
Yeah, now that I think of it, a lot of them we're playing PS1 era games on our cell phone.
And give it a few years, and and I have forget about. I mean, that's why I don't understand why Nintendo doesn't just release the NES, even though those original games like Kung Fu, Excite Bike, those games.
Oh, you're going way back.
Imagine if they released those games on mobile.
you think a lot more people would buy it on mobile.
Just because you have access to it.
Yeah, and for a fact they'll be able to run fairly well on a cell phone.
Yeah. Trying to think remap the control a little bit, but
out of all those old Nintendo games, which would be one of the games that I'd be like, you know what? If it's on mobile, I'm definitely getting it.
Excitebike, don't even ask me that question.
No, you're right. You know me too well. You know me way too well.
Excitebike, I would buy that right now. So we kind of get off track a little bit.
Yeah, as we do in every episode, we always manage to sidetrack. But getting back to the actual trends for cash, as of right now, it seems like whatever mobile's doing, they're going to somehow bring it over to consoles.
That's what I noticed.
And I didn't realize it until I saw the video from Fallout 76. I'm like, wait a minute. It looks, and the way they were describing it, it looks, well, I wouldn't say it looks because it looks much better on a console than on a mobile. But just the way the whole progression system looks and the way it feels and the way it's I'm like, it looks like a mobile game.
Yeah. Even, some mobile games are being directly just ported over to console. They're not even... What was that game? Like, it was another... for some reason, I like these Bejeweled puzzle games.
Oh, no, I do too.
There's another game that was straight ported over to console on PS3. And I almost got it, but I was like, I don't know.
Let's face it, Bejeweled is the original. Tetris is the original, but Bejeweled, that's when it really started taking a life.
That type of game.
Yeah.
The match game. And
every game, whether it be Candy Crush, whether it be the game that I'm playing, Toon Blast, they're all pretty much just descendants of Bejeweled, I think.
Yeah, especially Candy Crush.
Especially all the ads, and they're trying to push these new puzzle games. They're all pretty much just Bejeweled. I'm like, I'll just play Bejeweled. Why are you trying to push another type of puzzle game on me? Leave me alone, please. Let me just play my game. I don't mind,
but I like the Marvel superhero, the Marvel Puzzle Quest. I like it because I have Wolverine on my team. And
how often do you play that game? Because that was one game that I used to play, but for some strange reason, I think the phone that I had at the time wouldn't run that game because I had an old phone.
I play it 2 or 3 times a week. I'm nothing crazy. I used to play it every day.
Now, how long every day?
Like on my break or something like that.
But it doesn't seem, from what I remember playing that game, the monetization didn't feel like it was in your face 24/7.
No, they were pretty good about it. There's no ad. I don't if I remember. There's no ads. I think there was an ad after you. But anyway.
Well, there was ads, right? They were kind of like on a header or a footer.
Right.
It wasn't, because some of these games, and I noticed that with that new game Operation Now, you're playing the game and the game will literally pause.
Yeah.
And the advertisement would just pop up. And I'm like, no, like, why would they do that? Just, if I wanted to buy, let me buy. And it starts to sort of impede on the actual gaming experience itself.
Yeah, but again, they want you to buy the game. They want you to spend money. I mean, it was free. You didn't buy the game.
Yeah, I downloaded it, but it's technically not free. And you're right. These are the prices that we need to pay to play for free. But come on, I think it's starting to get a little dramatic.
I mean, if there's another way, maybe you put it as the footer, like you said, the footer of the header. But then you'll be like, oh, there's always an ad there.
I'm gonna go ahead and re-download Marvel Puzzle Quest.
I updated it, but I haven't played it in a while. I used to play like every day.
Because the mobile games that I have on my phone right now, right? I'm gonna read them off. The Harry Potter game, which
you still have that. I thought you hated that game.
I just haven't deleted it from my phone. The monetization in that game is beyond.
Why do you delete it?
Uninstall.
I think it was
right
fake.
Now.
Uninstall.
I'm uninstalling it. I'm uninstalling it right now. That game, the monetization was absolutely disgusting. It was beyond anything I had ever experienced in any type of mobile game.
That's on the extreme side of.
Yeah, that right there is a perfect example of the extreme side of this whole chasing trends for cash, this whole monetization thing.
Explain a little bit. If somebody doesn't know, explain a little bit how it goes.
The game was specifically designed. Would I like to uninstall? Yes, I would. The game was specifically designed to stop your progress. And not only was it designed to stop your progress, but to constantly remind you, you're out of whatever stamina or whatever they call it, magic fairy dust or whatever it was called. Would you like to spend whatever to recharge? Okay, the first time it was fine. Second time, okay, you're getting a little annoying. But after the third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, it was like, okay, I cannot play this game because the advertisements, the monetization, every time you would progress just a little bit, you were hit with that paywall. And it was blatant. They didn't care. They wanted you to, this game wanted you to spend money. They wanted your money badly. And they didn't care that you knew that they wanted your money badly.
And was it like every time you played or every few minutes or what?
I would say every minute and a half to 2 minutes, you're given some sort of ad, or whenever you would finish a mission, they would give you a certain amount of moves or a certain amount of stamina that you would have. You would go through it, and then you would literally have to wait however much time to get enough just to finish a mission. And if you ran out of stamina, boop, there would be the advertisement, recharge for whatever, $5.99. It's like, I can't do this. And I just stopped playing it.
I'm surprised it was still on your phone.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was still on my phone too. I was going to write something about it, but I'm like, nah, it's one of the, I don't like to really talk negatively about games. If I'm going to say something negative, I just rather not say it. But this was just beyond anything that I'd ever experienced. Another one that I have, Metal Slug Assault.
Now, is that like a free one or what?
Yeah, it's free. And
so
the story behind this one is, a while back, I think like around 2010, they were the people who made Metal Slug were supposed to create sort of an MMO version of Metal Slug. It was supposed to be Metal Slug Online, but for some strange reason they never proceeded forward with it. And I think this version, the mobile version, Metal Slug Assault, is just the MMO version of that game, because you do fight other people, and this one is heavily card-based, but it's manageable. It's definitely manageable compared to the other games. The advertisements are there, but you have the ability to turn off the notifications.
Okay.
In other games, they don't even give you that option.
Okay.
Let's see. We have Pokemon Go, which I play every now and again. Like if I walk from my job to the Dunkin' Donuts, like I'll load it up.
Were you really heavy into that for a while?
When it first came out, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
When it first came out, just like everybody else.
Okay.
But of course, they just didn't get the game right, and there was a lot of features that it was missing, and it died out very quickly. But
yeah, it's kind of on the way back now.
Yeah, Niantic, just along with many other developers, that instead of giving up on it, they went heavy in on it. They developed it. They released patch after patch. They gave you tons of content, and now Pokemon Go is either back or on its way back.
Yeah, I agree. I've heard good things lately.
Yeah, the interface is still the same. The gameplay is still relatively the same, but it just runs so much better. It runs so much smoother too.
Okay.
So from there, we have obviously Roller Coaster Tycoon Touch, which is still a good game, but the monetization, it kind of ruins it. Then I have Toon Blast and Operation Now. Those are the only games. Oh, and I see that the notification just popped up. Puzzle Quest has been added. So now I have Puzzle Quest, Marvel Puzzle Quest. What mobile games do you have on your phone right now?
Okay. So right now, Marvel Puzzle Quest, it's actually on my main, like, it's not even in the folder. It's like on my main.
So you're Puzzle Quest main.
I guess so. Yeah. Timberman.
Okay.
I became a dog.
Okay.
It's like a role playing, and you're a dog.
Is it like I Am Bread?
No. It's like a role playing game.
Okay, but you're a dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you get to choose the type of dog you want to be, or is it just random?
No, I think you're always one type of dog.
Oh, come on, man! Really? Let me be a Siberian Husky, or let me.
You're like a little dog. I don't even know what kind of dog, but it's like a role playing game, and it was interesting. It is interesting anyway. Alto's Adventure. So it's like Alto's Adventure.
Okay, Alto's Adventure.
So that's like it's a runner, but you're snowboarding, and you do all flips and tricks and stuff. And it's pretty cool graphically as well.
I've noticed. Yeah, you're right. A lot of these games really graphically are pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean the background is cool. Again, it's a runner, so you just kind of tap and go, and you just do some tricks and see how far you can get. But I like that aspect of the snowboarding. I think one more. I think I have one more. Hang on. I had Super Mario, but I took it out.
Okay, just to make room on your phone.
Yeah, that's the only downside about that game. It takes up a lot of space.
I can imagine.
So I didn't want to make that cycle. It was $5. I spent $5 not worth. So yeah, I remember those games. Marvel Puzzle Quest. I have bought the coins.
Okay.
But I've only done the $1.99. I haven't gone further than that.
And getting back to your point about the graphical power, and I'll just make a quick note of this. They really have gotten much better because getting back to Operation Now, you know, there are instances where you do have to perform the actual surgeries. And these are actual, like, whoever decided to do the actual models of, like, the intestines and the organs, spot on. Because some of these accidents are pretty brutal. Like, there was this one dude that came in that was doing a construction job, and each surgery has, like, a full-fledged story behind it. Okay. It's not just some person just came in. No, the person was doing a construction job, fell, and landed on a blade, and it's sticking out of his chest.
And you have to do the operation.
And you have to, you know, sanitize the area. You got to pull out the blade. It was pretty gruesome. Like, I'm gonna post some pictures, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a, not a review, but just to show what type of game this is, because I don't think that many people really know about it.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
And it definitely falls down the whole surgeon simulator, because you gotta clean the wounds, then you gotta take it out, then you gotta sew it up, then you gotta clean. Like, it's this whole process.
The animation, what is it like? Was it similar to?
There was this one game on the Nintendo Wii when it first came out. It was made by Atlas, and I forgot what the name of the game was, but it was a similar surgery, like a surgeon.
Yeah. I think it's. I know what you're saying. It came for the DS too.
Yes, and it falls down the lines as far as graphically. It looks kind of like that game.
Okay.
Where anatomically everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. And you're cutting pieces off, and just before I got on, I had to do, like, not a triple bypass, but I had to do heart surgery. Like, if you're training to go into the medical field, this is where really games are more educational than fun. Or can a game be both educational and fun? Maybe we should touch up on that.
And that's an idea.
I don't want to get too sidetracked. And this is on a mobile phone, by the way. It was pretty impressive. Spot on, really. I was impressed. Even my wife was watching me play it, and she's like, "Are you watching surgery? Like, why are you watching surgery videos?" I'm like, No. I'm not that type of person to just look up random surgery videos.
Yeah.
Although I will look up a random, for some strange reason, I'm really into Dr. Sandra Lee. And for people who don't know who she is, she's Dr. Pimple Popper.
And we've learned a lot about you today. And
maybe way too much. Maybe way too much. But I'm getting off topic. Really, really spot on with the whole graphical process.
Why are people into that?
Not for nothing. I tried showing that video to a coworker of mine. And she literally almost threw up in front of me because she just can't watch those videos.
Why are people into that?
Me, on the other hand, I can watch those videos for hours on end, and it won't gross me out.
But you're, like, so into it?
No, because I just like seeing the process, and she's very knowledgeable. She kind of talks you through the process. And it's very interesting to see, like...
What's so interesting about
it? Some people just go in just to get something checked out.
And it's like something else?
And it's something... And it turns out to be something, like, really, really... Not life-threatening, but it's something that really needed to be taken care of earlier. And so, boom, they're in surgery right away. And it's like, no, people really need to take care of themselves, because...
I know. It's just funny that you're into this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those type of people that if they were to ever have useless information jeopardy, I would be the first one to go on.
That's such an odd thing to be into. And like, people post that stuff on Facebook all day long.
I know. So see, why are you making it seem like I'm weird? Don't make it seem like I'm weird.
It's not. You're not weird because a lot of people like it. It's weird. It's odd. It doesn't make any, like, why?
Although pimple popping videos are trending, okay, I think we need to get back to the other trending topics.
Right.
Now, how long do you feel, or how long do you think that this whole card thing is going to last? Because it seems like it's only recently that I've actually seen more than one game or more than one instance where, okay, this whole card thing, it's in your face.
If Black Ops 4 blows up.
Oh, and you know it's gonna blow up too. Not if, but when.
I mean, Black Ops 4 does have good early buzz. I'm sorry to tell you that. But...
No, and I remember, I think I told you that I actually got a chance to see the early beta footage.
And it looked good.
It looked good. I mean, I watched it and I was like, wow. There was a part of me, even though I don't like playing Black Ops, I mean, not Black Ops, because I think Black Ops is the better Call of Duty. I firmly believe that.
I agree. But now there's no campaign. So.
Yeah, now there's no campaign. Now it's just fully multiplayer, and that's, between it being Call of Duty, and let's face it, when you're going into Call of Duty, there's a specific type of community that you're involving yourself with.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's kind of had me hesitant, but I looked at it, I'm like, you know what? It's not if it's going to blow up. It's most likely when, because not everybody's gotten it so far. But once because I think people are still skeptical. They want to see the early footage. They want to see how it runs, what the bugs are. Once about a week, 2 weeks, close to a month has passed, I guarantee you Black Friday, everybody's going to be looking for this game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the only other ones Red Dead Redemption, but other than that, you're right.
Yeah, but like how we said in the last podcast, I don't think Red Dead Redemption is gonna go down that Black Friday route. At least not yet. Maybe Christmas. They might lower it instead of $59.99. It'll be like $59.98.
Yeah, you're right. But I could see Black Ops about a month away at this point.
I've been hearing a lot of really good things about it. Good things in the sense of sort of the graphical fidelity, as well as, they've recorded 500 hours of audio, the small details that these people have put into this game, details that you're really not going to look for.
I agree. I've heard like, I haven't played. I played Black Ops 3, but this, it seems like this might be. I'm not saying I haven't played Fortnite or anything, but this might be the game that finally does it.
You do realize I'm talking about Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, I thought you meant Black Ops.
No. Even Black Ops 2, it looks really, really good. The size of the maps, even though I do know that the maps, they're individual maps, but they're all sewed together to make one gigantic
that's interesting.
Map.
That's a different take.
Which I do appreciate it, even though it's kind of like, all right, it's an easy design. You're looking at it from strictly a design standpoint. It's an easy fix. Because you're giving people the illusion of this large map.
Yeah, it's not really.
It's not really a large map, but when you're playing it and you're trying to kill other people, that's the last thing you're focusing on.
Right.
You just feel like it's this gigantic map. And I really do appreciate that. They, as much as we rip on Call of Duty and Activision and Treyarch for what they've done with the franchise, now that they're doing something different, you have to give them credit. At least they're trying something different.
Yeah. At least they're trying. That's true. And they had to with the battle royale. They had to kind of start from square one.
I mean, I really do wish that they take the battle royale formula and just make it their own, make it better, instead of saying, okay, just like how Fortnite did when PUBG, they just took it and made it another battle royale. Because
it seemed that way.
Because at the time, remember, PUBG was buggy as hell. It was just super buggy, and I think that's one of the reasons why people gravitated more towards Fortnite. Was because of the utter bugginess of what PUBG was. And now, Black Ops has kind of seen what not to do. And come on, let's face it. As much as we don't like Call of Duty, their shooting mechanics, it's among the best.
Yeah.
It's among the best out there. So to have that with Battle Royale, I mean, come on. It's a no-brainer.
Call of Duty, if anything, Call of Duty, the franchise, the series is always polished.
It is. It's always polished. The online, always polished.
I can't remember the online. You might get some lag here or there or something, but for the most part, the online is always, good. Like I'm saying, as far as the connection, sometimes here or there, but overall, the level of polish is above and beyond anything.
That speaks highly of Activision.
Right.
Right. And remember, Activision also did Destiny. And remember, Destiny had very, very polished gameplay mechanics as well.
Yeah, but that's going from Bungie.
Right, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Bungie and Treyarch, they always seem to be, the shooting mechanics are always top tier.
Before we begin to say our goodbyes, I I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do it first, right?
Okay.
A new type of segment before we
Okay.
we sign off. And
Don't be terrible.
the title of this new series is gonna be "Please Don't Be That Guy."
Okay.
The reason why I decided to do this was because the past couple of weeks I've been playing a lot of Friday the 13th.
Yes.
And for some strange reason, this game has legs. I've been playing it, and I've been having successful campaigns, and I've been having really terrible ones. You know, there have been matches where I've gotten killed the very first kill, and there are matches where I've actually survived. And there was one match that I actually survived the 20 minutes.
Like you got out, or you just survived the 20
I
minutes?
survived the 20 minutes, and like for the last 5 minutes, I hid in a closet.
Okay.
And Jason literally passed right in front of me. I have video, and I'm gonna post it.
Okay.
You want to talk about a tense moment, but with those moments come the bad moments,
Okay.
and you always come across those players that just don't know how to play the game. And I don't want to do it in the sense of a sort of a toxic culture. Like, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but please.
Well, I think you said for the most part, you've had a good experience so far.
Yes, for the most part, I've had a good experience. I've played with a lot of good people who really get their stuff together.
Okay.
Right, and it's funny because those were the matches that I ended up surviving. When the people, one went to get the gas tank, one person went to get the key. Well, one person already had the keys. Another person had to find the battery.
Yeah. When people play the game the way it's meant to be played.
Oh, so much fun. So much fun. But I'm going to tell you a specific instance that I had, and this was on Sunday, that really got me riled up. I am playing as a counselor, and I spawned close to the 4-seater car, not the 2.
Okay.
And I've been reading online, especially where to find the gas canisters and the battery.
Man, you're really you're doing research.
Yeah, I'm doing research because, you know, it's always good to inform yourself about how to properly play the game. Because who knows? Like, I could be doing something that I don't know that I'm doing, that I'm not supposed to be doing. So, you know, I'll read up a little bit. So, according to some websites, whenever you spawn near a car or there's a car in the area, usually the gas tank and the battery are in one of the cabinets that are near the car.
The pro tip right here.
Yeah, that's a pro tip. So I managed to find the keys. Somebody else installed the battery, and I had the gas tank. And the guy was he had the shotgun, and he was kind of watching my back. So obviously, when you're in close proximity to another player, you can hear them. So he was telling me, just fill the car up with gas, and we'll take off. I'm filling up the tank, and obviously you go through that whole, it's kind of like a mini game.
Yeah.
Where you have to press L1, R1, L1. So I managed to load up the car. We were in the process of getting in the car. We rev up the car, and once you turn on the car, that's it. He kind of knows where you are. But what I didn't realize, I heard some other kid yelling in the background saying, "Help me, help me." When we were getting in the car, this guy pretty much brought Jason to us.
Oh boy.
Thinking that, okay, maybe he thought that we were just going to drive off and we were going to have time. But throughout this whole process of us trying to he was slowly, and you could see kind of the icons on the map of where the players are. He's slowly making his way towards me and this other guy.
You kind of know what's going to happen here.
And the guy's like, this guy better, you could hear him clearly saying, this guy better not be bringing Jason to us. Lo and behold, this one guy brought Jason to us. I drove off because I'm like, I'm not waiting for this guy. So what happens? Jason teleports in front of the car, stops the car, kills all 3 of us because of this one guy. So close, yet so far. Please, for the love of everything that's holy, don't be that guy. And with that being said, it's time for us to sign off. Visit us on www.levelbasedgaming.com.
Visit us on YouTube, Level Based Gaming. Subscribe to our channel. Leave any kind of comments, good or bad. Visit us on podbean.com and follow us on Twitter.
My name is Felipe Parada, and always joined by me is the intelligent and uber sexy Oscar Portillo.
And we're out.